All right, man. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to a football artist. It is a transfer show. It is a football transfer show. You are actually with me, your boy Che Yusuf. So we're coming with the stories, the breaking news that happened this week in terms of the football and what has been happening in terms of football transfer. That is why this time around we're doing the football transfer show until at the end of the transfer season of summer transfer football show. Here in locally in South Africa or in Africa, it's a winter transfer, but in Europe, it's actually a summer transfer. This is one of the biggest, transfers that a lot of people they buy new players, they beef up the squad, to see and again to have the preparation in terms of the new season coming. What are interesting stories that happened this weekend? I mean, when it comes to locally, the very big interesting that I actually noticed the signing of Mohau Nkota to Al Atfat. Mohau Nkota, it's a player from Orlando Pirates, or was a player from Orlando Pirates. He has signed to the team in Saudi Arabia. There was a lot of controversial there, in terms of South African fans, that why he's so young, why he's going to Saudi. We thought maybe Saudi it's part of the retirement, where a lot of people they go there when they're actually retiring, to make some money. But again, when you look at how Saudi Arabia football and how Saudi itself as a country has been changing a lot of things, investing in the football itself, not just bringing a bigger players or good name players so that their league can be exposed, but also bringing the small players, younger players coming in. I mean, we saw the deal that happened last season. The youngest player from what do you call? Was it Aston Villa? Yeah, Aston Villa. The striker from Aston Villa went all the way to Saudi. We saw the striker from Brentford. Arsenal was looking for that type of striker. He went to Saudi. So Saudi has been bringing a lot of new players and the young players, into the Saudi league. That brings the Saudi league much more interesting. If you look at it, the team that plays in a Club World Cup, the Saudi Arabia team that play in a Club World Cup, you could have at least see for yourself that Saudi is actually really doing good when it comes to the developing of that league, so that league can be at least the top 5 league in the world. So I was excited. I was not worried about a lot of people, a lot of fans of Orlando Pirates or South African fans saying that we should not actually take Mohau Nkota to Saudi. To me, I think it's a good deal. First of all, he's going to make his money. He's going to make enough money to take care of his family, to take care of whoever that he want to take care. So that's good. At least he can make money when he is young, and when he get to 25, he can try again, to go to find another deal or to go to a different place where you want to play. While already he has money, he doesn't have by that age to have a stress of money that he doesn't have enough money. Opportunities there. So I think it's a crazy and a good opportunity. That's number one. Number two, playing in a league that you're gonna play with you're gonna rub the shoulders with the gods. Imagine you're rubbing the shoulders with the gods, my man. Ronaldo is there. Benzema is in that league. A lot of great players they are actually playing in Saudi. So for me, it's very good, very great. You're gonna have a good teammate. You're gonna rub the shoulders, or you're gonna play with a very experienced players that are played in Europe. You can learn a lot from that. And once you spend 2 to 3 years, or 2 season, 3 season playing in that league, you will be developed player. You'll be really developed player in a way that you can just enter into Europe. That's number 2 advantage that I'm seeing there. The third one is that Saudi is actually close already to Europe. So if Saudi Arabia league they're fighting to become number 3 or number 5 or best 5 leagues, that means you are actually in the best leagues in the world. It means it will be easy for you to move from Saudi to any other team in Europe, as long as you perform really well when it comes to Saudi league. So those are the advantages that I see that Mohau Nkota he can, he's gonna gain for just a move going to Saudi. He's gonna make his money. He's gonna rub shoulders with the best and learn and get experience from the best that played for over the decades, becoming the best of the best. And again, the league itself it's growing. That gives opportunity for him, after he make money, to go anywhere in the world and to play football. So that's the transfer that actually gives the people a little bit of craziness. But if you look at it, to me, I think it's really, really dope. It's really, really cool. So, all right, guys, don't forget, guys, to subscribe so that we can push this channel to get a little bit better, a little bit more. You can't just watch and click that button of subscription. All right, so we're gonna go into different transfers. We see Orlando Pirates signing a different type of players. We talked about already in the past videos. That was great that I see from Orlando Pirates. Again, we're watching the preseason of Orlando Pirates with all the teams that he's been playing. Last night he was playing against Parma. They actually end up 0-0. They had a penalty of Sipo Chaine, considering a red card, silly red card, but anyway, we hold it down. The development of the players like Mbogas, it's crazy to see a player like that, a very, very young player, but to look like it's a really, really, really experienced player. If you see Mbogazi playing, going forward, defending from the back, you actually see that this player has really developed well, has really given a chance in terms of develop the physique, exercise, food, in terms of food that they eat, habits, So I'm just hoping and again praying that people that are around Umbogazi, they can, continue and taking care of Umbogazi the way they've been taking care of him. So that's another, interesting player that I saw in terms of Orlando Pirates, playing on a preseason. They were playing with the Parma, which is the what was that team from? I forgot. I will let you know. But yeah, it's in 1-0 from Spain. So it's from Spain. Parma is from Spain. They actually play with Madrid, Barcelona, and all those stuff. But unfortunately, they have been relegated to Serie A, I think Serie B, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, so that's the transfer when it comes to locally, when it comes to Orlando Pirates. And then Kaizer Chiefs also has been having a preseason. 5 games of Kaizer Chiefs, they lost. Man. Terrible Kaizer, terrible. This is a terrible Kaizer. All games lost on the preseason. Then we're expecting Kaizer Chiefs to really, really perform well when it comes to the season. We need to pick up our socks when it comes to these games. Yeah, so that's local. It's draining when you see all these big brands of teams and they're not really performing well. So it drains. You want the good competition when it comes to the PSL league or when it comes to the league that you actually want. But another breaking news from the international, from my favorite team, Arsenal. It's been in terms of the talk, and Arsenal has been cooking this season. I am an Arsenal fan, right? Disclaimer there. So we've already been signing very, very greatest players. So far, we have Zupamende in, we have Kepa in. I was watching a goalkeeper training, Kepa and David Raya and other goalkeeper. Come on. People need to watch that short clip. You can see when they say intense training, that was intense training of goalkeeper. A goalkeeper diving this side, same time diving the other side, right? Crazy. I haven't seen that type of intense training. So yeah, Kepa is there, showing really, really good. Odegaard. The last time I said Odegaard was a mistake. It's a new player. It's Odegaard. Odegaard is there again, showing really, really physique, training. These players, they actually trying to, breaking into the first team. They are not coming to sit at a bench. They are actually coming to give really, really great competition when it comes to to the football club itself.
How wrong.
So we saw Odegaard training hard, intense training, We saw Zupamende in test training with the Luis Skelly there, So yeah, though that signing, the new signing that comes earlier on, they are very, very exciting. They're showing very physique. They're showing everything that they have, to on a pitch when it comes to training. But there are more signings that are coming. Already, breaking news that we had last week. It's Nonu Madueke. Nonu Madueke, it's actually an Arsenal football player now. He has signed with the Arsenal. I think it's around 5-year deal. He's still young. He's still 22 years old. On the past video, if you go check it out, I explain why I think Noni Madueke, it's very, very important to bring him to Arsenal. If you've been watching Arsenal Football Club last season, lots of injury, failing to have a backup and players like that to come in, it's really, really great. I mean, last season we had an injury of Saka. We put Ethan Nwaneri there, he performed well, but it was not that high intense of driving ball to the goal post. We had an injury of a striker, of Kyle Havertz, no replacement. We had an injury of Gabriel Jesus. We had to take a central midfielder on Moreno to put him as a striker. So we're beefing up in terms of the backup of the team, so that anything happen, we got a good backup to be able to continue performing. So Noni Madueke, he is an Arsenal Football Club player. He just signed this week. Anytime there will be announcement. Here we go again. We had another here we go of Mosquera, the Valencia defender, incredible Valencia defender. Wanna come into Arsenal Football Club. There was a lot of teams that were interested in Mosquera, but immediately Arteta talked to Mosquera. Mosquera decided that no ways, I'm not going anywhere. Let me go to Arsenal. I mean, if you're a defender like that, right, you are going to a club that they have already big 2 defenders, right? You're supposed to be scary. But this guy is not scared because he understands how Mikel Arteta developed William Saliba from the time that they bought at the age of 21 to the player or to the defender that he is, right? Magnificent, big guy, big defender. That's exactly what Mosquera also is looking, and you can see his texture already. It's a tall guy. He wanna be that big defender, those scary defenders. So I think in terms of the development, it's gonna be developed very well. But again, in terms of the backup, itself, for whether Gabriel when he's injured or against Saliba when he's injured, it's really, really great. Backup there. We do have also backups on the side. When it comes to the left, we have Calafiori, and we have also Miles Lewis Kelly. When it comes to the right, we have Timber, and again we have Ben White that is holding down there. So at least one get injured, we can put another one. One get injured on the left, we can put another one. That's great. The other player that Arsenal Football Club, we had a little bit of a here we go. It's Victor Gyökeres. The conversation has been there. The videos we've been doing, the video week in, week out about the Victor Gyökeres. But again, looks like now it's happening. It's happening again, guys. Victor Gyökeres is gonna become an Arsenal Football Club player. We're trying to get Victor Gyökeres before next week so that we can take him to preseason camp. The intense training has already finished yesterday. Today they're resting. They're gonna now, from next week, they're gonna take a trip to Asia, where we're gonna start playing on the 23rd with AC Milan. We're playing with AC Milan, so that's what is happening. So we're trying to make sure that we get a Victor Gyökeres before. Again, I can hear that the agreement it's around 58 million pounds, 58.2 million pounds plus 10 million pounds add-ons, depending on performance or whatever that we won and that particular season. So I think we're gonna scoop on that. But the most exciting player for me to come to Arsenal Football Club, it's only my favorite player. I've been talking about this player. I didn't know that the rumor will come, and if we get this player, I don't want to say I'm gonna do a video while I don't wear my pants like other podcasters. No, I'll wear my pants. But if we got this player, I promise you, I'll do the football arted video almost every time. I won't take time. I'll do it consistently. This is Ebenezer Eze, the Crystal Palace machine. I've been talking about Ebenezer Eze, that this is one of my favorite player, player, right? At the moment. Last season, 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago, my favorite was Phil Foden, right? Phil Foden was really my favorite. But now, Ebenezer Eze, even the time that I liked Phil Foden, I still, dig Ebenezer Eze, Ebenezer Eze, and as well as Olisa is there. In fact, the whole Crystal Palace drive me crazy, bro. Because it has really fantastic players. I think Patrick Vieira did really very well. I think that's why I love this team. This team is just Arsenal Part 2. Ebenezer Eze is actually an academy of Arsenal. He left Arsenal when he was really young. He wanted to play for Arsenal. He still wants to play for Arsenal. He's actually agreeing to stay in London if he want to go to stay in London, to play for Arsenal Football Club. He agrees all this. Now we're waiting for Arsenal with a proposal to propose, in terms of how much money we can pay for Ebenezer Eze. But I don't know, that is going to depend with the sale that we make, because again, there's a lot of interesting with our players. We have Leandro Trossard, that there's a little bit of interesting, I think, in AC Milan, and we have also Martin Ely. There's interesting, but I think, to me, keep Martin Ely, you can release Trossard. Why? The Arsenal fans chill here, ne? I'm going to explain to you why I think Trossard must go, right? Last season, Trossard was not playing a lot of games. The games that they give him to play, most of the time Trossard will come and give the really impact, right, from the bench, right? He was playing a lot of games, but not starting a lot of games. Maybe let's clarify it like that. But he was coming from the bench and show an impact and then continue. That was the strategy of Mikel Arteta, right? How he's going to handle his team. But we saw towards the end of the season or mid of the season, Trossard started, to have a little bit of attitude. I remember the time that he scored, he couldn't even do his signature sign. Saliba had to tell him, hey man, do your signature sign. Show them that you can zoom them from far. He didn't do that. So I think he was not on a good state because he's sitting on the bench. I think he wanna go somewhere where he can start. So to me, if we bring Eze and he's there, or we bring Rodrigo and he's there, I don't think it's gonna work. I think if we let him go, he can be able to play happy somewhere where he can start. When it comes to Martin Ely, we love Martin Ely. We want Martin Ely to fight for that position with whoever that is gonna come, because this is the year of World Cup, right? And if Martin Ely not going to perform, pretty much good, what will happen? The other player might enter on his position in terms of Brazil football. Remember, Brazil, it has a new coach now, from Real Madrid to Brazil. So Martin Ely, they need to pick up the socks. Players, they need to pick up the socks. It is the World Cup year, so everyone need to pick up the socks. But again, as I said, the favorite of the favorite, my player, should be Ebenezer Eze. If we get the Ebenezer Eze, I think we will be completed in terms of the best transfer that Arsenal has actually ever had in the past 5 to 6 seasons. The last time we strike a striker, that was Aubameyang. Since Oba left Arsenal, we had no striker. We play without a striker. So that's the news there when it comes to Arsenal Football Club. A couple of players we're expecting to come in. Some of the news that actually breaks, 5 players from Manchester United, they are preparing to exit, including Marcus Rashford. Last week already, Manchester United has signed Matthias So Matthias has actually taken the jersey of Marcus Rashford. So Marcus Rashford, they were in a negotiation to actually go and to play on in Brazil. So it's Marcus Rashford, Sancho, and a couple of players that are there that actually actually want the exit, actually asking to go. So yeah, Matthias, it's already get the jersey of Marcus Rashford. So pretty much Marcus Rashford might be playing for Barcelona this coming season. They're also looking for Brand Mbema when it comes to Manchester United to add up, to beef up the squad. They're still on the talk when it comes to Brand Mbema. They're very, very good player. Arsenal also had an eye on them, but we couldn't scope the signing of that. So yeah, I think there's been a lot of transfer, a lot of talks, but those were really big ones that they're actually cooking. Liverpool itself also, they put an eye on Alexandra Isak. They put actually a bet on Alexandra Isak, and Newcastle denied that bet. That was 2 days ago. Denied the bet of Liverpool to actually bought Alexandra Isak. And again, Newcastle put a bet to get the player from Frankfurt. I don't know if I pronounce it correct. Frankfurt. Yeah. Eketike. Couple of 50 something, I think 58 million or 60 million pounds in terms of Eketike. And same time, Liverpool also put a bet to the same player. I think what is happening here is that Liverpool want Isak. And what Liverpool says, if you're not gonna give us Isak, Alexander Isak, we're gonna go for a player that you are looking for, Eketike. Because Newcastle, they want to play with Isak and Eketike, right? But now Liverpool, they said no, one of those supposed to come to Liverpool. So that's what is actually happening. Another battle there. I mean, there've been a lot of transfer. Joe Phillips, we already see him on Chelsea in the Club World Cup, banging the goals. A lot of transfer. But again, keep looking on the transfer show. You will hear a lot of things. We are actually in a couple of weeks, I think 3 weeks in 3 weeks in terms of the window open. So we're expecting a good moves to happen again towards at the end of the transfer window. So thank you very much for actually watching, Football Attitude. It was a transfer show with your boy Che Yusuf. Don't forget to help a boy to grow the channel. Click the subscribe there. I mean, even if you don't comment or like, just click the subscribe. Come on, man. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.